Well, it's your media arts specialist, educational technologist, D.Bail, and we are live with a brand new podcast called Goin Grustlin. And I got some phenomenal artists and producers that are going to join us today. We're going to be talking about some new projects, and this is an exclusive for the Grustle Media YouTube page. So first and foremost, thanks to all that have subscribed and have been supporting the channel. We appreciate it. But this is going to be a part or a segment we're going to introduce and talk to some of the livest artists out there today. So stay tuned, all right? We got some things we want to introduce. And we got some great phenomenal artists and producers that we want to introduce as well. Disz1D and Cali Rock make up the combination of the new drug. Diz, what's going on, my brother? Good to see you, man.
Man, it's good to see you after a long while. I got to sing your praises for a second. We all, the three of us, you, because aiSkilly, and me, all from Plainfield, New Jersey. I'm a little bit older. I left at a young age. And I go back to visit or whatever. And one time I'm out there with my little brother Moretti. What's up? And he's DJing. And this was back when you throw a cassette tape in and just freestyle for 90 minutes. And he's like, yo, I got some of my friends coming through. I'm like, word, whatever. It was you and I don't remember, maybe two other dudes. But we all was sitting there rhyming. All y'all leave, and I'm like, yo, your man's though, the youngster, because I'm older, and I don't want to play you like shorty or whatever, but I'm like, the young dude, that motherfucker spitting, yo, work with him. And he was like, oh, that's my man Doug. I was like, all right, word. A few years later, my cousin here, aiSkilly. I'm in Texas at the time. He's sending me the CDs, the MP3s of the R-double-N, rest in peace, Don Q, the Chill Lounge, all that shit. I'm like, yo, who's this DVS kid? And he was like, you don't know shit about diamonds, do you? And I'm like, no. He's like, it's VVS. I'm like, all right, who the hell is he? He was like, that's Doug again. And I'm like, yo, this little motherfucker's still that nice? And it's good to see you have grown up. You doing your education thing. You went back and reached out to kids in the struggle. I fucking love it. I appreciate you and all of this.
Yeah, big ups.
Yeah. Yo, that means a lot to me, D. Skilly, you know, when he first spoke about you, it was like almost like a mythical kind of creature. Like, yo, this cat is phenomenal with the rhymes, and yo, that's not a lie, bro. You are a special individual as an artist. I think you've known that, and I'm
excited. When I was angry all the time. I done calm down now. I got daughters. I can't wild too much.
Hey, listen, man, that anger formulated a talent that really is second to none, man. Like when I think about hip hop in terms of artists, like you truly represent that. And now, you know, with this new project, and you've linked up with a prolific producer as well.
Indeed.
You know, I like the synergy between the both of y'all, how y'all were able to come up with a project that definitely resonates with me, even like from the first song. You know, when we talk about the same, you know, it's kind of like the separation. It's like if somebody asks you what separates you from other artists, then that's the song that that plays. That is kind of like, okay, this is definitely different. And the honesty and the transparency with that track was extremely refreshing, and it was honest. When the promoter has a show and everybody's coming and the most talented man can't win because the artist is the promoter's man's in them, that's the real. We've all experienced that. We've all been there. It's definitely something that it's just amazing, man, because a lot of artists don't have that level of transparency and honesty in their music. I feel like that's something that's missing. But on the other hand, a lot of artists are transparent and honest with their music, but they are trash. So there's a difference, right? You can be honest and transparent, but you still don't have that talent as an artist. So let's talk a little bit about the formulation of the collaboration. How were y'all able to put this project together as a new drug? What was the inspiration?
Well, you know, it started back like 5 years ago, you know, making beats, you know. I knew Disz1D here. I knew he was nice on the mic. You know, we've done some, you know, some recording before, you know, back in the early 2000s and whatnot. And, you know, studio shut down, whatever. Rebuilt the studio, started making beats. Anytime I was making beats, I was always emailing them to him. And then, you know, I was like, yo, man, let's link up, man. I'm trying to get serious with this mixing thing, you know, mixing records and whatnot. And yeah, it started from there, man. I was sending them beats. Yo, I
Dope ass beats too.
built the studio up in here in a bedroom, little bedroom studio and whatnot. And yo, he came through, and yo, the rest is history, man.
Yeah.
I see the license plate there in the back. The Bronx, is that where you hail from?
Yeah, man. The boogie down, you already know, Northeast, man.
The home of hip hop.
That's it.
But we from the Phil, home of the funk. The funk.
Okay, that's what's up. In terms of working on an EP versus an album, how did you all determine like that was the direction that you wanted to go into?
I don't do a lot of drug rapping or I'm hard thug hustler whatever. Although history is what it is, but for me it's like he wanted to put joints on streaming services, and I'm like, that don't make money. How do we make money? So we came to the idea, okay, you put a 5-song EP online. We're gonna do 4 this year. The second one he's mixing right now, it should come out any minute, but we do 4 EPs this year. But off the first EP, I just went online and was like, yo, here's my Cash App. You want the whole 15-song album? Holla at me. And I don't want to get super mathematical, but to get online, to have your music streaming is only like $40. But you need 10,000 streams to make that $40 back. Whether or not we're going to make 10,000 streams, I don't know. Honestly, I don't care. But if we sold, when we sold 4 albums, I already made that money back. Everything after that is profit as far as streaming and sales. So our full albums, the EP was like, this is why it's called free samples. You get these samples, pay for the whole shit.
Absolutely. What was the significance behind the name, The New Drug?
For me,
yeah, I said it as a joke.
but for me, the meaning of it was like, you hear what's going on today with the music with these young cats, and I'm not hating on them. You know what I'm saying? Up top to them, man. It's still music at the end of the day. But we hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
We know the same shit.
Yeah, man. And so it's like, all right, being that we pretty much older school with trying to, have newer sounds and, keep the beats raw, you know what I mean? Keep them shits, hip hop, that nod your head shit, New Drug kind of like, something different, you know what I'm saying, in a modern era of what they call hip-hop.
A lot of copycats out right now.
You know what I'm saying? In the modern era of what they call hip hop, man. For me, it's not hip hop, but I get why they still, come underneath that shield of hip hop. I get it.
Got you. My favorite song on the EP is Shooting Stars. Everybody thinks they're a star, and talk about this song and the inspiration behind it.
What's funny is that one didn't even have a hook. I was just in here rapping, and that was one of the. Because the first song you would talk about, we ain't on the same shit. I very specifically wasn't rapping. I'm just talking and making it catchy. But if you notice, as the tracks go along, it's more rapping my ass off towards the end. And that was one of the ones I just wanted to rhyme. But it's always been bugged out to me. Like every other day, it's so-and-so rapper got shot. And I'm like, I never heard of this fucking dude. So it's like, so many, are more rappers dying now, or is it just everybody thinks they're a rapper? And I think it's more of a case of everybody thinks they're a rapper right now. Yeah,
that's something else, man. And so you guys have 3 other projects that are planned to go with this throughout the year. So because I remember you were saying something else is going to be dropping shortly. How is the rollout for this project going to happen overall? And do you all plan on getting out there to do some performances to promote the project?
Oh, definitely. I have some people in Richmond I have to humble, speaking of promoters promoting their friends. The second EP, we're doing that one for, I want to say hip-hop chicks, but I think there's a market of grown women that grew up on the hip-hop we grew up on that just don't have anything to listen to, so... first single for hip hop, second singles for the ladies. So we doing that. And if you know me and my sense of humor, it's as raunchy as the first one, but it's far less violent. So
okay.
That and based off sales, it's shit. 85% women was like, yo, you got a joint out? All right, I'll buy it. So I'm gonna hit them off. and be the lovable asshole I am. Plus more danceable beats and shit. It's still raw hip hop, but it's, MC Light, Queen Latifah, and them grew up. Let's throw them some hip hop.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And there's definitely a population of people out there, I feel like, that could really appreciate that. Unfortunately, they're not as loud as the masses are, the mainstream masses that seems like they eat up anything that comes out that has a little bit of a beat to it. But it seems like brothers are not even trying anymore. Like, it really just seems like people are going in, they're rhyming more for the clout and for the fame that it's going to get them versus the passion that we spoke about earlier.
Absolutely.
That's just it, though. Attention is a hell of a drug, and these people aren't artists. They starving for attention, and fame is the ultimate attention. If you can turn that into money, cool. I'm not rapping for you, and he's not making beats for y'all. Unless you pay, I will gladly ghostwrite that bullshit y'all doing. But
And this question is for both of you. What does authenticity mean to you regarding hip hop? And this is going to feed into some of the questions that we have later on regarding artificial intelligence.
Okay. You want this one?
Well, man, that's a good question, man. Like I said again, for me, it's having those old school sort of like beats, but with modern melodies. You know what I'm saying? And putting that together and, coming through. For me, that's the authenticity of it, man. You know what I'm saying? And I make these joints, like he was saying, for the streaming and all of that, man. It's just for people to listen to, be like, yo, man, who are these cats? Yo, I like that song, whatever. Yo, these dudes is bringing it back like this or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's the love and the passion that I have for it. It's for people to listen to the shit. You feel me? So it's not, money. Yeah, I get the money aspect of it, man. But for me, it's the love, man. You know what I'm saying? For people to, to love that love hip hop, love that music. Yo, let's listen to this shit.
With me, it's honestly, I could probably rhyme exactly like 90% of your faves. I'm not doing it unless I'm writing for somebody else. I feel like, remember when your uncles, grandfathers, or whatever used to be like, let's rap. They don't mean hip the hop the hip it. They mean like, let's have a conversation. So
yeah.
Rap is your conversation, then everybody should have a different conversation. Why am I doing my best impersonation of shit that's already hot? There's 1,000 rappers doing it. I'm not competing. Go ahead. Y'all got it.
You got it.
But if that ain't what you into, there's a new drug.
Yeah.
That's dope. So the next project, do you want to give the listeners and the viewers somewhat of a preview of what that's going to consist of? I know you mentioned catering to more of a female audience that might be looking or might reminisce on what they remember hip hop being and just having to tolerate whatever's out now. Is that the plan, to like target specific audiences for each project?
Yes. Just to put things in perspective, on the first song in the chorus is like, yo, she don't care about the bars, she just want to dance. And I think that's what a lot of dudes is missing. Like, you out here calling your girl bruh and trying to play Call of Duty and watch anime. Like, she just wants to shake her ass, dude. What are you doing?
Absolutely. Is there anything else that we need to know about this project, the new drug, Free Samples? For all of you that are out there, this is on all streaming platforms. Is there anything that you wanted to alert the listeners to in terms of what to look out for with the project? And what are y'all favorite songs on the project and why?
On the first one, my favorite song is the last one, because like I said, honestly, I don't even like the first one. I just did it because I know it's catchy. But the last one, where I'm like, let's get back to rapping immaculate, masking the whackness with acting overly passionate, I ain't having it. Like, I like rhyming, but I know that doesn't sell. So, ladies, we got you.
Honestly, I like all of them, man, because they all have a different avenue and where they going. You know what I mean? The lyrics, man. You know what I mean? With the beats, I mean, they all different. But like he said, the last one definitely for that hip hop, rhyming, showing that rhyme skill. You know what I'm saying? That wordplay. That was also very important in hip hop, man. And this song is displaying that. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
You're talking about the Rappers Actors song. That's the last song on the project. And just for people to know, like, I know y'all kind of inspired each other, but how did y'all initially meet? Like, what was the initial connection between y'all two?
So my wife and his
and my ex-wife.
yeah, they were friends.
Really close.
Oh, wow.
And she used to hit me up like, yo, my man's from up top like you, and he does hip hop. And you know, when you hear that shit, I'm like, yeah, whatever, nigga. I came through and he was playing some beats, and they had the old records, and it was a DAT tape and the 4-track and a big ass board. And I was like, oh, all right. Oh, y'all really? Oh, all right. I'm at home over here.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. And how long did it take y'all to craft and put this project together? Because I'm imagining we all grown, we all got different things going on.
Yeah,
I mean, this could actually be something to motivate other people to know they can still work and still drop music, right?
Yeah. Well, like I
When
said,
did
it started.
20.
It started.
I would say 2020.
It's like 2019, 2020, right before COVID. You know, we was just recording so many joints, man. I was sending beats to him, and
there's probably 50 some songs done.
Yeah,
we
man.
just
you
picking
know?
the highlight
So
reels.
now we was just like, yo, well, let's, we making all this music, let's let some people really start to hear it, other than friends and families, And at the time, still, I'm learning how to mix, man. It's been my passion for the last 5 years, man. Is really learning how to mix these records, man, and getting better at it. It's a learning process, man. I've been doing it for 5 years, and trying to get better with the mixing, man. It's a never ending learning process, and that's what really brings the music out, man.
Also, that's a lesson for the youth. One. Learn how to mix your shit or pay somebody to do it correctly. Do not go to these websites that master for you. Your shit sound trash. Also, it doesn't matter how many songs you make. You got to know which shit to keep in the lab and don't put that out.
Got you.
There's a whole bunch of freestyles that me and him love, and I drive around in the car bumping, but y'all ain't going to hear it.
Okay, so that's a good question. Like, for upcoming artists, like, how do you know what to keep and what to not release? How do y'all? I mean, 50 songs is a lot of music. How did y'all narrow it down to 6 or 7 songs or so? Like, how do you get there?
Well,
you gotta have friends that don't lie to you.
Yeah, man. Constructive criticism helped pave that way.
Yeah, some of them have been reworked.
You got to be able to take it, man. In this,
a lot of people, man, you don't like this song, you a hater. Like, nah, the shit's trash.
Yeah,
go back and practice,
man. It is. If there's a song we put out it's trash, yo, let a nigga know, man. We'll change it up, do whatever we gotta do. But that constructive criticism help, again, pave that way as far as to what we're gonna put out, what we're not. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a little circle, man, that I send the joints to, for them to listen to the music, listen to the rhymes, also listen to the how it sounds, yo. How does that mix sound tonally? You know what I'm saying? Is everything balanced? All of that shit, man. So
also, when we got to the point where we're like, okay, we're gonna put these 5 songs online for free samples, and we're gonna sell whole albums. Who pays for your shit will show you a great deal of who's smiling in your face and who really fucks with you. Because let's face it, $10 for music, y'all spend more than $10 drinking or smoking every day. Like,
yeah.
You know who likes what after that, and then you talk to them like, all right, do you feel like you got your money's worth? What are you feeling? What do you think should be next?
Okay, so how can people actually purchase the project? Because I was able to find it on YouTube Music, but I do want to support financially the project. How do people actually go about doing that if they don't want to use streaming services?
Cash App, Girl Dad, JB. If you want to send over $10, I'm not going to argue with you. Ladies, you might get free dick pics for it. I don't know.
So we said Girl Dad.
JB.
All right, at Cash App. We're going to make sure we put that on screen. All right, so let's also promote, y'all.
Plus, you got to send your email or something so I know where to send it.
Okay. Well,
Cash App makes you add a thing now to say what you're sending the money for. So, yeah, leave an email or a phone number or whatever.
Got you. And where can people find y'all on social media? Is there like a New Drug page, or is it like y'all still promoting y'all individual profiles and promoting the New Drug free samples on both profiles?
Honestly, he don't even use the internet like that.
Okay.
I do to an extent. I'm very much more concerned with what happens in real life than on the internet. So
Sure, sure.
it's disowned on whatever version of social media. DISZ, the number one and another D. We should create a new drug page. It was just like, let's see how this shit catches first. And then the
Yeah.
reason this last EP ain't out on time because life be lifing.
Oh yeah, nah, we all know that, and we've been trying to get this interview, together for a couple of months. So I definitely
Indeed. Appreciate you.
Nah, we appreciate you, bro. Word up.
Nah, for real, appreciate y'all, man. Because honestly, listening to the music, it like inspired me to really want to do the interview even more. We need that. We need hip hop to be in a realm where people can find authenticity, where they can find real MCs. Because what happens is it's like you got a generation that's growing up, they don't know the difference between what real hip hop should be and what it's not. You know what I mean? It's a very scary place that we're in, and that kind of segues into the space with my brother aiSkilly, aka aiSkilly, where he's utilizing artificial intelligence for this project. And we know that we both are prolific MCs, but talking to aiSkilly, aka aiSkilly, we're going to talk about how the Eskille Experience was created. But before we do that, for the new drug, do we have anything else that we want to leave fans, listeners, supporters, family, friends with in terms of when to look out for the new project and other ways they can help to support your efforts? Do you have any upcoming shows, anything like that?
Yeah, the new project should be out within 5 days once I put it on today. I'm uploading, 5 new songs today. So it usually takes about 5-6 days for it to come out on the streaming services. So we figure sometime, by the weekend, by Friday, you know what I mean? By the weekend, right on time for the weekend, you know what I mean?
We figured we were sitting there like, what's women's favorite drug? And attention. So it's gonna be the new drug, attention.
Yo, that's
Skilly's theme, the test runs for the album cover. We came better this time because I heard a lot of shit about how lazy that last album cover was, but it's raw. That's what we do.
Absolutely. It says enough, but definitely looking forward to the attention, the new drug attention. And we're going to promote that heavy.